Good morning, everyone, and welcome into another episode of Kayfabe Coffee, the show that keeps it real while we pretend it's real. I'm your host this morning, Mr. OTM Kyle Gagliardi, the barista of broken kayfabe, if you will, pouring out hot takes stronger than a Starbucks shaken espresso. Welcome to Kayfabe Coffee. There we go. I got the words out this morning, Pluggo. How you doing, my friend? It's good to see you. Finally, we got you on Kayfabe Coffee, my friend.
Yeah, I have a random Wednesday off, and since I couldn't make the mixer on Saturday after I told you I would, I appreciate that you are doing a special edition of the Kayfabe Coffee so that I can honor my commitments to being on the program.
It's kind of surprising.
It's on me.
It's kind of surprising I let you on this show wearing that hat, too, out of all the hats you decided to wear.
I specifically picked a Cubs hat out because I knew I was coming on the show with you. I have 30 other options, but this was I was like, Cubs. I got the CM Punk Chicago hoodie. Like,
I see what you're doing.
Just for you. I literally could have worn anything else. You're right, but it's out of my love for you.
I appreciate that. It's good to have you here and to chat with you a little bit because you did some things this past weekend, which I'm excited to dive into. But before we get into all that good stuff, guys, don't forget to follow the network on all socials at mainevent_net. Keep up with everything that we are doing here. We have daily uploads now on our YouTube channel. This is a surprise episode. Like Pluggo said, all he did was he shot me a text message. He's like, hey, you want to do something on Wednesday? So I said, yeah. I got this show called Kayfabe Coffee, and I think you did some things this weekend, so we might as well chat, right?
Yeah, like I said, I appreciate you doing that. I committed to the mixer for stand and deliver and then realized that I have to work a random Saturday. I don't work very many.
Yeah.
And which is a great thing, but then like the one or the few that I have to, I'm like, oh shoot, I overcommitted. I overbooked myself.
So it's because of the holiday, everything got kind of switched around.
Yes, I work in the retail space, so big holiday weekends, I definitely have to be there in my position. It just so happened that like stand and delivers the day before Easter, and like I said, so I appreciate you taking time out for me to do this, so we could run wild together, as Wells Mania would say.
I know, right? Hey, you saw Wells Mania this past weekend in Indy, didn't you, man? We might as well just get into it. I want to hear a little bit about your experience, because obviously I've been to a few conventions in my day, so I know kind of how they operate, but I don't think I've ever been to the Squared City Expo that they had. So how was your experience there?
Well, this was my first Squared Circle Expo. I did do WrestleCon when we were in Indy, me and JPJ. I did walk through WrestleCon, but it was more of like something to do as we waited to go to Royal Rumble. So we didn't really like it wasn't like planned per se. And then, Squared Circle Expo, Indianapolis. I've never been to a convention like that. It's never lined up.
Right.
As I tell everybody, like I'm a father. Spring is baseball, soccer. I help coach. Like, so my Aprils and Mays get pretty jam packed with that, and so it's never really been able to line up. But they did it in March, and I was like, hey, there's nothing going on. So I knew for sure I could do Friday. So I went down Friday for my first one.
Is there a specific reason why they went in March this year?
That I don't know. It just happened to be a week before anything that I had commitments to. Like literally, what I got yesterday, I got all the soccer and baseball rosters and stuff. So I'm like, oh boy, so it's coming.
Do you just pick based off of last name? That's what my dad used to do when he said he was picking my friends. He's like, I just pick the kids with the coolest last name.
No, I don't do that. I let the big time coach manager do that, and I just help him out. He pick whoever you want.
Smart.
You so that way if we win or lose, it's on
not on you. You don't take the heat. There you go.
But yeah, so honestly, like I hadn't committed to going up until last week, and then I was like, I gotta go. I gotta give this a shot. Like everybody's asked me if I'm going. I gotta go. I was getting FOMO about it. So I locked in Friday for sure because I was like, well, I don't know if I can pull off both days with short notice. So, yada, yada, yada. And
was it a free event, by the way? Sorry.
No, this one was not. The tickets were reasonable. They were like $30. It wasn't too bad. So, and then you had to pay for the Black Label Pro show as well.
That makes sense.
Which was fine. I love Black Label Pro. But yeah, so I ended up making the trip down there, kind of just like not sure what I was going to get myself into and not sure what like the plan was. I just went for it. And I got to tell you, man, my feet still hurt I walked so much. I had so much fun. I met so many cool people. I made some content down there. I think hopefully you've seen it, Kyle.
Of course, of course.
Hope everybody's seen it.
Dude, it's been all over the place. How could you not? You saw Chris Van Fleet. You ran into Denise
Did.
Salcedo.
I
I mean,
did.
who was the most surprising interaction that you had that was pleasant?
Most surprising interaction I had in terms of the packs, the card ripping deal.
Yeah.
So the card ripping thing, if I could circle back a little bit, I was at work on Friday morning, and I was like, well, at these conventions, obviously, I don't want to plan anything that may not happen.
Sure.
So in those situations, I was like, what can I do on the fly that's an easy thing that like we can interact and have a conversation, but also it be not something that I overly prep for and then it doesn't happen because you don't get a lot of time, right? So like I try to be respectful of like CVV's got a line, right? So like I went up to him, talked to him. He said, hey, come back around when, my line dies. Because they have lines of people that are
so they have actual tables too, those
so CVV had a table. Denise I just happened to run into about 500 times.
She seems like a sweetheart.
She was. I walked up to her because I've been in these rooms, and I don't want to like not the most humble brag I can. I've been in these rooms with these people before doing the media runs, so we do have a familiarity with each other to an extent. Like we're not like super best friends by any stretch,
know the names.
But we know each other's exactly. So it was an easy like, hey Denise, this is the idea. I want to rip some Topps trading cards, and then if talk about the wrestlers in the pack, and then give them away. Like I just want to give them to kids. Smart. Like and I was giving packs to kids just on like I just saw a couple kids, and I just handed them packs. I probably should have kept a few more to do a few more videos, but.
I was just say maybe you could have kept a couple of the good ones and you could have bought some more packs with it.
Listen, there's probably some kid right now that ripped a 101 auto that could have paid my entire mortgage off, and I gave
you could have gone to WrestleMania with me.
But Denise was fantastic. She took more time. She was busy. She was doing her run. She had, because that's the other thing too. When you run into kind of like the content creators that I did, they have their own agendas and their own objectives, and I know. Denise was doing an interview right before we did ours. She did an interview with Isla Dawn, so that'll probably be up on her channel. Sweet. But she took time out for me, you know what I mean? And that's never lost on a guy like me. That like Chris Van Vliet's like, oh yeah, no, absolutely. Like I'll do a quick pack rip with you. And then, I did one with Matt Riddle on a random that one just kind of happened, and I was just like, what a random thing. And then like Wheezy, I did one with Wheezy, and I let her rip 2 packs to give to a little girl. Like it was cool to see those creators take time for me, let alone like, and then just being able to do something kind of like fun and different, and not I just didn't want to, like I said, I didn't know who I would be able to get and who I wouldn't be able to get. I had an idea of like, okay, if I could get this or that. So like being able to do something with Chris Van Vliet is awesome. CVV.
That's the top of the food chain right
He's
there.
cool. And then SRS, I got to do one with SRS and hang out with him for a little bit. Like, he's always been so generous with his time when it comes to my content and things that we do at Love Wrestling, especially because
I was gonna say you're still affiliated with Fightful in a way, aren't you?
I'm not.
Oh, I thought you were. Is it JPJ then?
It's JPJ. Yeah, whoa, okay. Yeah, it's Big Star.
Sorry,
JPJ,
yeah. Right? I got to get the right beard. I got your other beard joining me tomorrow morning, so I don't want to get mixed up.
He's the big star of the two of us, brother.
Oh, I didn't know that. I guess that even though you're pulling in more numbers right now, I don't want to pull back the curtain too much, but we're getting more views than JPJ is.
Oh, well,
just saying.
If you're watching, comment Team JPJ or Team Pluggo.
Let us know in the comments. And come back tomorrow morning and join us for Team JPJ.
No, JPJ is fantastic. I actually texted him and I told him, and I'm telling you, we should do that. We should make that run happen next year or something. Because it was cool. Like, it was just fun, man. I had this, like, I get into those rooms and I never know what I'm going to do or what I get to, like what the plan. I never work with a plan, like a hard and fast plan. I just kind of feel it out, and I just kind of could tell, like, everybody there was having a good time. Everybody was vibing. That everybody was super nice. Like, I had some cool conversations with some wrestlers where I didn't even get content. Like, it was just nice to like
interact with them.
Just interact with them. Like I had an amazing conversation with Buff Bagwell.
The stuff. Buff is the stuff. I love that.
When I was a kid, I was a WCW kid, and I'm not kidding you. And I thought Buff Bagwell was one of the most entertaining people to me when I was a kid.
Okay.
Just so much fun. Like I'm drawn to that kind of guy. That's like he's not like the main event guy, but he like knows his role within the group. And sure. It was very cool to get to talk to him for, I think it was about 5 minutes. We just chatted towards the end of the Friday night, and
that's the cool thing about those expos is a lot of those people, surprisingly, are very willing to give you a lot of their time. Like 5 minutes might not seem a lot to most people, but when you're there having the legitimate conversation one-on-one with them and spending time with them, like for example, I think it was at the New Jersey Expo that they ran for SummerSlam weekend. I had a paid meet and greet with Toni Storm, and she's the biggest star in AEW, but she gave me a couple minutes of her time just to have a conversation. And that's the stuff that you will remember. And not just as a fan, but as a content creator, being able to interact with other content creators as well.
Yeah, and I don't know. I have no idea what the wrestlers are thinking in those moments or whatnot. But if you're respectful and you're nice about it and you're not clogging up their line, like I made sure to hit the people I wanted to talk to or just shake their hand and tell them thank you when they didn't, because that's how they make their money, right? That's what they're there for. I couldn't say enough great things about some of the people that helped me like navigate the room, like Kimmy. My friend Kimmy, who is a vendor agent, she definitely helped me figure it out. Wells helped me figure it out. SRS was very cool. DC Hendricks was in the house. Like
I was gonna say, I saw
Tyler. I ran with Tyler Wrestles for a while. It's really funny though. Like you come to these things and you're like, we're all gonna do this stuff. We're all gonna do this. And like, and then everybody, and it's not a bad thing. Everybody kind of like they dart around and do their thing, and then you all end up meeting. You know what I mean? Like,
well, we know how it is. We've spent a couple weekends together at some PLEs. You try to plan some things, but wrestling happens, interactions happen, you run into people, and things change. And that's why I like what you were saying. You didn't really go in with a plan here. You just knew you were going to have a camera on hand, you have a microphone, and you're going to do some content. And it obviously paid off.
Yeah. That was, so I said, I was like, the pack ripping thing could be fun. I would love to do, do some other things with some other people. But again, like, and I'm sure if I would have went down Saturday, I probably could have.
Was it work?
It was honestly, like no, not even that. I was going to do both days, and then I started thinking about like logistically, and then I couldn't really. I could have, but I didn't really have like to pull back the curtain, like the financial like aspect of like getting the hotel room, figuring it out for 2 days. Yeah, it's just. It was one of those things where I was like, and then honestly, like I thought about it. I was like, I've never been. So what if I go down Friday and it's completely something that I don't think it's, you know what I mean? It's just something different, which it wasn't. It was fantastic. And I was definitely kicking. I should have just slept in my car. I did bring a change of clothes and everything. I could have just slept in my car at the hotel parking lot, just got up and went right in. But
hey, speaking of the parking lot, Ben Bishop said it was a pain in the ass to get in there. Was it difficult for you?
Speaking of which, I meant to say I did meet our boy Ben Bishop.
You did?
I did, and I shouted out you and the Main Event Wrestling Network. And
shout out.
Big, tall. He is so tall person. But yes, it was an interesting parking lot because it's. Also, there was a ton of potholes in the way
getting in. Indiana for you, right?
Oh yeah, right now. But yeah, no, it was. I found a little parking spot all the way at the end of it. So
there you go. You ended up walking out.
Tucked away in the corner. So yeah, I mean, it was wild to go through it. I got a cool interview with Shaza McKenzie. Shout out to Spencer for helping like facilitate that a little bit. But Shaza was fantastic.
Is that from the clip you just sent out today?
Yeah, where she's called Ben Bitches. Bitches.
I've seen it. Yep.
Yeah. Yes. So she was fun. I got to talk to her for a little while, and she's just fascinating. So she's
been a part of the IWC. I feel like since the beginning. I remember seeing her name come across my timeline on Twitter when Twitter became a thing. So that's good that you got to interact with her there too.
Yeah, it's just fun to like walk around that room and. You're running into wrestlers who are just there to be there. You're running into your favorite wrestling content creators.
Well, you brought up those wrestling content creators. They're all from Indiana. Wells Mania, Wheezy Blonde, DC Hendrix, yourself, me. You guys talk about it all the time on Twitter. You and Wells Mania. I see you going back and forth, but it's true. The Indiana Wrestling Content Creation Hub is a real thing right now. It truly is.
It's becoming a thing. I tweeted something about it. Like I may be biased. I don't know what the Ohio wrestling creator scene looks like, or what the Michigan one or any other. I don't know. All I know is the group of people that are creating in this area, in this state, are doing crazy good things right now. And they're all super nice about it. They're all willing to, like I said, give you your time. Like, Wells Mania was instrumental in me navigating some of this stuff here to Friday. Like, he was very open and helpful, and didn't, you know what I mean? It wasn't like he's the people that, at least the people that I run with, don't ever go, I got to go get mine, figure your stuff out. They're like, no, here, come. The In Your House podcast guys that are doing their thing in Indiana as well. Like, they told me, they're like, if you don't have a place to hang and you need a place, come by our table and just hang out.
We got Indiana in a nutshell, isn't it? Though that's Midwest hospitality for you. I mean, that's why I like keeping our circle tight with the people that I know are good people, because there are bad eggs out there in the wrestling world, as we know. But from what we experience here in Indiana and the people that we've gotten to interact with here in the last couple of years, I mean, hell, I've only known you now for I think 2 years, maybe 3 years, something like that. But it's crazy to see your growth in this amount of time, and then to see everybody else's growth over the past couple of years. It really is awesome to see.
No, yeah, then that's part of it too. Like, and when I started doing the content creation space, the whole goal was to get other people over. Like, Pluggo is kind of derivative from plugging everybody's stuff. Like, I would always. It's kind of evolved into like me I wasn't even a face at the point. Like, it was just me doing my thing behind the scenes and helping everybody else out. And then and that's kind of where I still have that mentality of like, I'm not going to try to step on anybody's toes to get anything. I know you should look out for yourself in this space, but it's not in a cutthroat way for me, at least. Like, cause there's so many people that give me time that I'm just still honored that they're willing to give a small creator like me time. Like,
that's well said.
You know what I mean? So I'm not going to ever take that for granted. Like I said, like Denise Salcedo, she didn't have to make a couple minutes for me, and she did. And I will think, and Chris Van Vliet, same thing, and SRS, all those guys. Like, that was cool of them to be like, yeah, no, of course, we'll do this. So.
And what's crazy is all those people stay very active on social media, and I know how active they have to be in real life. So I'm sure they're just attached to their phones 24/7, right? Whenever you run into him, Chris probably has his phone in his hand.
Oh, Chris didn't. I mean, he was working a table, so he had.
At least he was focusing in. Yeah,
he was locking into all the people that he had, and it was cool to like watch people tell their stories to these wrestlers that mean so much to them, and like Dennis Rodman had the most wild line I'd ever seen. Like,
can you say it on the air?
The wild line. No, like, not line. He just said the line.
The line
to meet him.
Yeah, the line to meet him.
I didn't meet Dennis Rodman. I did not get an opportunity to do that, unfortunately. But I mean, it was crazy the amount of people that were there to see the Worm.
What hat did you end up choosing? I know you were debating.
I went with the Baltimore Orioles City Connect. I went with a black hat because I was like, what if I start sweating? Even though I wore a gray hoodie, which was a mistake.
Oh, not smart.
I didn't end up.
Wasn't it a warm day too?
It ended up being a warm day. It was a mistake on my part, but I was a little hot there at the end, but we survived. I'm telling you what, though, the drive home, I was dying.
How far was it? About 2.5 hours?
2.5 hours, because I was like, oh man, I should have
yourself.
By myself, my feet are on fire because, of course, wear comfortable shoes, stay hydrated. That would be my key for anybody that goes to these convention scenes. Because I wanted to take all of it in as much as I could because I knew I was only there for that much time. And
did you grind out the whole entire day? Were you there from like open to close on Friday?
Yeah, pretty much. I ended up leaving, I would say, around 1.
Oh. Okay.
I ended up going to and hanging out and having a couple. I didn't have any drinks. I had one non-alcoholic Mike Ultra, but I was at the bar with a couple of people at the end there, just trying to decompress before I took my drive. It turns out I should have stayed. They had a karaoke situation, and I should have rocked.
Pluggo on karaoke would have been money.
I should have, but listen, these are all lessons that I learned for next time. Like,
are they running it back next year? Do you know?
Oh, this is I guess it's a yearly thing. This was the 6th one. I don't know when they're running it back, but we'll make the necessary adjustments to make it a thing. Because, like I said, man, it was crazy. You just walking through, right when I got there, you're just at the hotel lobby, and there's just wrestlers just everywhere. Like that's just
the craziest part about those things, isn't it? Like you're just casually walking by them, and sometimes you realize, oh, these people aren't as big as they once were, or you're like, holy shit, this person's huge.
Right. Well, and the fun thing about it is like nobody goes nuts about everybody's just like, oh yeah, hey, Kazuchika Okada ran into me. Right, like I was like, he was getting to his table. I just happened to be standing, and he bumped into me. Not like it's just because I think I backed into him, and I was just like, oh, geez.
Sorry, Okada.
My bad, bro. My bad. I guess this hoodie. I'll never. Out of
all the people, hopefully you weren't wearing this main event crew neck when you bumped into him, because I don't want heat with Okada.
Yeah, I was like, am I supposed to? Are we supposed to mix it up? Like, what's the move here? Do I call you a bitch, Okada? No. So that's what I mean.
Definitely don't want to do that.
Yeah, no. So it's just like this awesome mold of just fans and and everybody's for the most part super respectful and nice. I didn't hear of any shenanigans when I was there, so that's nice.
Sometimes there is, but you know how it could be at those expos and all these WrestleCons and whatnot. But like Pluggo's saying, if you've never been to one of these experiences before, do it. Try it one time. It's definitely worth it because, like he was saying, you're just going to be casually walking by wrestlers at times, and you could say hi, and that's totally free. Nobody's making you spend money to go support the wrestlers, even though you probably should be going to support the wrestlers if you're going to that event. But regardless, I think it's definitely something that a wrestling fan needs to experience at least once, right?
Oh, I would agree. Like I said, I'm happy that I went ahead and did it and got to, like I said, I got to see the video I posted of that guy getting chopped.
Oh, that's right. Who was chopping him again?
Brody King was chopped. Brody King was. I just happened to be walking by. That's why I kept lapping this room because you never know. Like, yes, you may have seen, but you don't know what you're gonna see. So this guy's just like, Brody, will you chop me? And Brody chopped him, and then one of the headbangers chopped him, and then Mick Foley wasn't in the. He just decided at the last minute to throw him a sacco in his mouth, and I'm like,
no way.
What is going on here?
That's a wrestling convention in a nutshell for you, right there.
You know what I mean? And you
never know.
And then I'm doing my video with SRS, and Hornswoggle just walks up, and he's like, "What's up, Sean?" And it's like, what is going on here? So it's a very interesting ecosystem, and I had an absolute blast doing it. Like I said, I got to talk to just people that have impacted my life in ways, and just being able to shake their hand and tell them thank you is more than enough for me. And I got to get some cool pictures with some wrestlers. I got to meet Mick Foley, he's on my Mount Rushmore, so that was fun for me. The first book I ever had is his book. I think it's sitting right over here. So
nice.
Yeah.
Dude. And he's, I believe he's from Indiana as well.
He is. Yeah. That's part of it. He's an Indiana guy. Makes
sense.
He's a character, but yeah, if you ever get the opportunity, go enjoy yourself. If I'm ever at one of these conventions that you choose to go to, say hi, stop by. That's the cool part. Everybody's kind of there to network and meet each other and be there and do their own things. And I will tell you this, this is the biggest piece of advice I have for anybody that's a content creator.
I'm going to Mania, so I'm all ears.
That's a smaller content creator. When you're in these rooms, watch how these people work. Watch your favorite creators and watch how they work these rooms. You're never going to emulate their style. I'm never going to be a CVV or a Sean Ross Sapp or a Wheezy. I'm going to be me, but it's cool to kind of watch how they do their thing and then just kind of be in awe of that's how, and then take away from that, the little things that they do and go, oh yeah, I should try that sometime. Or, oh, you know what? Take that advice in It's a cool learning experience on the content creator side as well. It's fun for the fans, but it was fun for me to watch all the Denises of the world work.
Well, and don't be scared is another thing I would say as well.
Yes.
Don't be afraid to just say hello or ask a question. The worst thing a wrestler or anybody else is going to say is no. Yep. No, thank you. And that doesn't hurt, guys. You can move on to the next one because it's just going to lead to another yes. Most of the time, wrestlers are very generous with their time, as well as other big creators like CVV and Denise. So,
believe it or not, I got a couple of no's. I did get a couple of no's, but I didn't get discouraged. I understood that, like that's their time. Some of these wrestlers have vendors that have very strict, like they can only do this, this, and this.
Well, somewhat money too, right?
Yeah, somewhat. And which, listen, if you've got it, spend it. Cool. Like, yeah. If that's a person you want to get and you could justify it, I have no problem with that either. But there was a couple that wouldn't do interviews, even if you. So it was just
even if you offered to pay, or were you not offering?
It was just yes. It was just photo op or an autograph, which is great, which is cool.
Yeah,
but if I was trying to get this, that, and the other, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you just be respectful, say, hey, thank you, no problem, and just keep on moving and just make contacts while you're in those spaces. Just talk to people, network with people. Like I said, it was cool to get to see all of the Indiana people show out. And
you're missing a few important pieces there, but that's okay.
I'm missing you. I asked you if you were going.
I have all the time in the world. It's not like I don't.
You had plans, you said.
Well, listen, Pluggo, I did have plans last weekend, and here's how busy my schedule gets. Next weekend, Thursday, I fly out to Arizona for the weekend. I got a bachelor party in Phoenix. Oh. And then the following weekend, I leave on Thursday for WrestleMania 42. And then the weekend after that is the week I start working. So, busy couple of weeks here.
I saw you decided to go to WrestleMania, big stud.
So $800 for the hotel room, $500 for the flight, and I've spent money on a ticket for night one already. So I got all that situated. Woo. The seats, though, let me see if I can pull it up real quick to show everybody here. It was $280, which I don't think is that bad. So how this looks is it's basically parallel to the entrance ramp. So, like, the entrance ramp's going to be over here.
Okay.
And that's the ring right there in the middle. I'm in the lower bowl, just like you see. This is where the ramp is.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to be basically by the pyro, I think.
Oh, you better wear some earplugs, man.
I was going to say, well, it's the cheapest one in the lower bowl, and I figured for night one, I might as well just get into the building, just find the cheapest ticket, and then maybe night two I go big.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Go right up front row next to Green Shirt Man.
So my friend Ryan Vogus is actually sitting ringside, and he spent about $2,800, I think, on the tickets. So good for him, but I won't be there.
Ooh, sheesh. I'll be balling, man.
No WrestleMania for you this year, right?
No. April is always kind of tough. One of these times I'd like to go, but in April...
You've never been?
I've never been to a WrestleMania. I was waiting for the Indianapolis WrestleMania, but it's
when is that going to happen?
Who knows? But...
We don't even have SummerSlam yet.
Yeah, maybe in the not next year because they'll be in Saudi, so I don't think I'll be making that trip. But
unless they cancel,
that's true, and they move it because they have been known to do that. But unless they cancel, go back to Vegas and just make it a WrestleMania yearly residency.
I figured I might as well see one of the Vegas Mania so I could know one of them.
But yeah, actually WrestleMania, which she is an absolute gem, and everybody should get themselves a Mrs. Pluggo, but WrestleMania falls on her birthday weekend. So it's also the next week the next week is my birthday, and then the week before her birthday is our anniversary. And then I said all the sports start in April. So April's usually a pretty expensive and pricey month. If I could swing it, I would, but I just didn't plan for it this year. So I'll have to plan for it in the past. What's that?
SummerSlam.
Yeah,
I already told you we got the Airbnb, man. You just give me the word, and we are getting you in on the Airbnb.
Okay, I'll have to figure that one out. That's actually not a bad thought. Like I have to look at the logistics of everything, but Minneapolis is not that far from me.
I think we are probably going to fly, even though it's only a 7-hour drive. I think it just makes the most sense.
Oh, yeah. I think I would probably fly too, but I mean, if worse came to worse, it is only a 7-hour. Midwestern people, man. That's how that's what I kept trying to find for the Expo. I was like, anybody got a couch I could just crash on?
When I brought up the fact that I might go to Saturday night's main event in Fort Wayne, I wasn't joking when I said, "Is there a couch to crash on?" Because I was genuinely considering it.
Well, because my thing was too, like, I didn't leave there till 1 o'clock. The event starts about 10 a.m. I could have kept doing things too.
You were there for 3 hours,
No, I'm saying, like, I could have just, why buy a hotel room for just a couple hours of sleep and then...
Oh, true, yeah.
Why waste the money and then just be at the convention all day? So, lessons learned. Lessons learned. Next year...
Lessons learned, indeed.
Could have just napped in my car. Just could have napped in my car. Got up and had Waffle House the next morning. I could have done it all. I missed out on so much.
I'm trying to think. The last time I had Waffle House might have been on my way to Daytona Beach in spring break when I was
never had it. They don't have them up in South Bend. There was one. There was one next to that convention center, but of course I drive to it because I'm like, I do need some food on the way home, and there's like dining room's not open. It's like you have to walk up to the window and order the food.
Oh, that's bullshit.
And I was like, look. Like, I'm not.
That's not the true Waffle House experience.
Exactly, I'm not doing that. So
you got to get the whole shebang when you go in there for sure.
But for my first time,
I do want to ask you this before we wrap things up because obviously Stand and Deliver is happening this weekend.
Sure.
What your picks are going to be for the cards? So let's start at the very top. Let's go with the main event. It's going to be a fatal four-way for the NXT title. We got Ricky Saints, Ethan Page, Joe Hendry, and Tony D.
Yeah.
What are we thinking for this one?
After last night, I'm thinking Tony D, man. I liked that promo. Like, I'm probably gonna be wrong, but when he was like, "I'm a day one true blood NXT superstar, and all you guys are outsiders," and I don't think the three of those guys are necessarily long for NXT. I mean, Tony D's been there forever, though. So
he's been there for 3 or 4 years.
I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it. I'm probably wrong when I make my overly confident picks for the video that I'll probably put out on your social medias later this week. Yeah, I'll probably be wrong.
Okay, so let's see about this one then. We got Johnny Gargano returning to NXT. He's trying to find himself here, Pluggo. Will he find himself and stop planking against Miles Bourne?
He claims he will be. He said it last night. You know, he's got to find himself. He's Johnny Takeover. This is Johnny Stand and Deliver. I say no. I don't think... Listen, I think Miles Bourne is... They just put it on Miles.
They did.
Like, what do you want me to do? Johnny's like half in, half out right. He said on Tuesday he hasn't found himself yet.
But this is how he finds himself, Pluggo. He gets that championship back in his home brand of NXT. That's what he gets.
And then what? What do you do with Miles Bourne then? I guess world title?
I'm going to be honest with you. Miles Bourne does not interest me. In ring, his wrestling is great, but the personality is just not connecting with me. That's just me, though.
I mean,
I'm a Johnny guy.
Johnny hasn't done anything to really... Candice did all the work. She should be the one getting the shot. Put Candice versus Miles Bourne. Now we're talking.
That would be a good match.
I agree.
Anything with Candice. I mean, we know what Candice did before she went to WWE.
That's right. Yeah,
she was amazing.
That's what I'm saying. Behind every good man is a good woman.
True that. I don't have that, but you do. Mrs. Pluggo, shout out.
Yeah, she's pretty awesome.
Hey, she liked the first ever main event tweet the other day. I noticed. That was the first time she ever liked one of our tweets. So she's not a great Twitterer. Oh, don't worry. Tim Vicious has been a part of the network for 4 years, and he's never liked one of our tweets.
Oh, that's nice of him.
No, his response is, I always forget. I go, it's right next to the retweet button. How do you forget?
You want to hear I want to pull back the curtain on this.
Yeah, let's do it.
One of my videos came across her feed that I did from the Expo, and she started watching it. I could hear her watching it, and she definitely did not finish it. And I go, what the fuck?
That's where you need the algorithm. You need to get the watch time.
I said, what are you doing? She goes, I have my attention span. I go,
oh, no.
Just at least hit the like button on it.
Yeah. It doesn't hurt. A like, guys. All you have to do is tap the screen. I don't know why that's such a hard ask for people.
Mrs. Pluggo's not even a fan of my content.
To be fair, my mom just sees my content, waves hello, and then moves on. That's about it. She'll stop in the chat, give a wave, and that's it.
My mom sees my content. She likes all of it on Facebook. She'll call me and critique my work.
Ooh.
And she'll go, you move too much.
My mom says the same thing.
And I'm like, that's me. I move. And she's always
Are you Italian by chance? Because we like to talk with our hands.
No.
No, you're not Italian.
I'm just like, I move. And she's like, why are you moving all the time? I go, I don't know. That's what I do.
You're making moves. That's why.
Yeah, that's right.
Making moves, Mom. That's all.
That's
We
how I
got
roll.
tag team title match, Vanity Project versus Los Americanos. That's going to be a fun one.
Yeah, but it's going to be the Vanity Project, right? Like, why are Los Americanos baby faces in NXT?
So here's the thing. You probably didn't get the chance to watch the night shift last night because we run a little late. But we were talking about how all the stand and deliver matches just feel like last minute thrown together. They had so much time to build and like really devote to Sol and Zarya, and then they don't have a title involved now. JC Jane, we don't know who she's facing because of that finish.
Yeah, that
and then
was weird.
this tag match is kind of random, even though Americanos are over right now.
But I'm going with the Vanity Project. I like those guys.
Yeah, let's talk about that finish.
Those are guys that I don't necessarily gravitate to, but I just
we love them.
There's something about them where I'm just like, they're so arrogant. I love it.
That's why they're so good. They're flirting with Blake Monroe every week too.
NXT finishing what? Do they even announce at all it's going to be a triple threat or something?
No.
Have they tweeted? No. Because that was weird, man.
So you have all this time to build to your biggest PLE of the year. Yep. The best feud of the past year in NXT has been Sol Ruca versus Zarya, and they're not even going to be involved in that title match. And then JC Jane, who has been one of the greatest NXT Women's Champion of all time, we don't even know who she's facing, and we're 2 days away or 3 days away from Stand and Deliver.
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing?
Well, I listen. I liked that. I thought that match with Kendall Gray and Lola Vice was great. I enjoyed it. I really did. I thought the finish was okay, cool, clever, but in the annals of wrestling history, somebody comes out and just goes to both winners, and then somebody just goes, you're both in the match 4 days before the match is supposed to happen. They had Shawn Michaels walk out. He talked to a referee, credits, boom, nothing was said.
Nothing.
I went, okay, so are we going to go to Stand and Deliver, and then JC Jane's going to act like, hey, I don't have to wrestle, nobody won, so I'm off for the night, and then Robert Stone's going to be like, well, actually, you get Kendall. I would like that. Women. Yeah, you get Kendall and Lola. So that's probably what they're going to do, but I was just like, send it home there so that we can get excited for that triple threat. But yeah, exactly. That's probably what we're getting.
Put the cherry on top, and I wonder if they ran out of time, though.
Shawn Michaels forgot that they have a hard out on NXT, unlike the other shows.
Yeah, that news ain't going to let up for anyone. They're going to go right into it.
That news goes right on. Boom.
But I would have rather preferred Kendall Gray just get a one-on-one match because I think she is arguably the best wrestler right now on TV. Like, she is pure. She is smooth. Her and Lola last night, you said it. That match was great. The finish was executed well. I mean, the timing was great on the tap out and whatnot, but I just get tired of that. And NXT, that's their one fault. And I love NXT. I talk highly of NXT often. But this is something that Shawn Michaels does often, is that they just want to throw a lot of people on the card on a big show. So they're going to do last-minute stuff like this.
Yep.
It is what it is, right? We're going to get a good show no matter what, probably.
Well, hopefully. Yeah, you never know. No, it'll be.
Eric said completely off topic, but I hope Becky loses and gets back to the world title again. What do you think about that one, Pluggo? I think she will lose.
Listen, Becky Lynch is my GOAT, my number one, and that's not just me saying it. SI says it. Bleacher Report. They be saying it. Yeah, I could see that AJ Lee keeps it for a little bit, and then maybe Becky does move on to the world title team. Why wouldn't she? Why not? She is an all-timer. Put her back in it. Give that. But then again, I could see Becky winning it, and AJ Lee kind of just. Is AJ Lee a full timer now? Is she going to make the? That's part of it too. I don't want my IC title to be on the women's IC title to be on a part timer where it's not getting defended and having meaningful feuds. So if AJ Lee is going to be in the run and go through to SummerSlam or something, like I'm here for that. But
my thing is with this is that AJ has beaten Becky 3 times, right? Becky has never beaten AJ Lee in any match. So I'm assuming AJ's going to win again, because if Becky gets a win back, I would guess they would run some kind of rematch, which we don't need. So have AJ retain, have AJ just face off against like the Roxanne Perez's of the world. Have these dream matchups with AJ Lee before she's ready to actually hang it up, Get some more juice out of her. Why not?
I'm with you there.
With you. Becky's great. Like, there's no disputing she's top 3 all time.
Yeah, I just really want this IC title to stay relevant on TV and a focal point. So if AJ's not in the mix, which if she is, fantastic. If she's not, give it back to Becky and let Becky do some things with it. But Becky doesn't. She doesn't. She doesn't need it. She definitely doesn't need it. That's for sure.
The character's so strong right now that she doesn't need titles.
Yeah. And Stephanie Vaquer is going to need some new challengers after. Well, or Liv Morgan, or Liv Morgan, whichever. They're going to need some challengers.
They've done a good job heating up these feuds. I don't know what your overall thought is of the build to this year's WrestleMania, because a lot of people were critical of it, but a lot of people also didn't wait until the Elimination Chamber to make that take. Like, nowadays, with the WrestleMania being moved back a couple weeks, there's extra time to fill. So the road doesn't really kick in until after Chamber.
But that's the WWE's fault. Because they say this like, we're on the road to WrestleMania. They say it in like December.
Right when the Royal Rumble graphic hits the television screen. Right. We are on the road. Yeah.
So then we assume the road is going to be paved with craziness the whole time. But sometimes there's, less twists and turns on the road. Like the road from Indy to South Bend is kind of boring sometimes.
You're telling me.
But have they heated up things? Yeah, and then they really ramped things up on Monday they added some more matches to the card. I still don't know what they're doing with all these graphics. None of them make sense.
There's blue graphics. There's
gold,
red graphic.
Blue, yeah, all over the place. But yeah, I like Stephanie and Liv has been, I think, a great build. I don't think that's been slow played at all. I think that they've done a good job there. Becky and AJ, I haven't seen them. I didn't see them this past week, but
didn't even see AJ once, right?
No. I don't even know if they talked about the IC title or not.
That's interesting.
So, and Roman and Punk, obviously, that's built up. Cody and Randy's being ramped up. I think they're doing fine with it. I think they are ramping some stuff up in the next couple of weeks, but Gunther and Seth, that'll be something that we'll get hopefully some promo work in the next couple of weeks. But I don't know. I never know the answer because I always feel like we get here and everybody's like the road to the WrestleMania sucked, but then we get I don't know if we're being too critical or not.
LA Knight said it like WrestleMania, or no, it was AJ Styles. He goes, even WrestleMania doesn't have the same feel that it once had. I think that's fair.
I can tell you that. Yeah, I can tell you it doesn't feel like in years past. It definitely feels like because it's just. All of the other stuff outside of what like they're trying to get the ticket sales, they're trying to do this, they're trying to do that. All that negative stuff where they were like, we're taking away watch parties within a 50-mile radius thing. Like
now they're back.
Now they're back. All that stuff that they're doing, it definitely rubs people the wrong way, and it goes, and then it is in Vegas back-to-back years, which kind of again we've been there.
That's why people aren't buying tickets. Yeah.
Been there, done that, kind of seen all that. Like it's always fun to see new cities, but. In terms of the stories and the booking and the matches, so far I don't really have any complaints. I mean,
they got us 12 or 13 matches already, and there's usually about 16 or 17, I think, between the 2 nights.
No, it's going to be 10 hours each night.
They don't seem that bad. It's not like watching an AEW pay-per-view where I'm falling asleep in the main event. That's how I feel.
Listen, I love AEW. They're long too. I'm old, but. Yeah, I think we're gonna be just fine. I think the matches will work out. I like I said, there's nothing egregious right now that I'm like that's just absolutely a piss poor build. But I mean, I saw people upset about Gunther and Seth, but at the end of the day, like
you gotta get them on the card, right?
You gotta get them on the card. They're both mega stars. And if they don't have anything to do, just give them a match. Who cares?
Let them go at it, right?
Sometimes you don't need a massive storyline for a good match. That's all I'm saying. You don't have to
be in the middle of a day on one of the cards, and it'll be fine. 2 world-class competitors going at it.
Exactly.
Eric said, I think Tatum loses because I feel like she's on Raw after Mania. So we talked about that on the night shift last night, Pluggo, and I'm curious your thoughts. I don't see where Tatum Paxley fits on the main roster right now. I just don't see it personally.
She could hang out with Danhausen.
It's not actually a terrible idea. Actually, makes sense. She's with Shiloh Hill now. I want more to do with Shiloh Hill and Tatum.
God, Shiloh Hill, man.
Isn't he funny?
He's so
confusing
and frustrating, and he's up, he's down, he's
everywhere.
If Shiloh Hill was my kid, I would have gray hair because I'd be like, "What, Shiloh? What
Is it
are
because
we
of the
doing?"
dark web stuff?
It's everything. He's something. He is an enigma for sure. With Tatum, that I guess it depends if they see Blake long for the main. You know what I mean?
That's what I see. I see Blake getting called
Blake getting called up. But Tatum could be this different energy, this different vibe that fits into that roster, whether she goes to Raw or SmackDown. I mean, she could just be, something different. And she's been getting over and over and more over as we've seen. That match is going to be interesting. It will whoever wins it will be a tale of you'll see okay, because if Blake loses, what's next?
She can't do anything in NXT. Yeah,
that's the thing. If Blake loses, what do you do with her? She's lost all these all these opportunities. So if she's going to lose and then go up to the main roster, then that's the way to do it.
That's fine.
Tatum, I think you could do anything with her. It's a very cop-out answer to say. I don't know.
No, it is.
I don't know what you do with Tatum, but I think I have Blake winning.
So do I. I think Blake winning is the move. Oh, interesting. Replaces Liv in the Judgment Day. Yeah, I do see Liv eventually getting out of the Judgment Day because my guess is Liv takes the title at Mania and then they go off and do probably Raquel versus Liv and Roxanne versus Liv in the summertime. That would be my guess.
And Liv being like, I didn't need you anyway.
Yeah. And then Tatum Paxley comes in with her dolls and starts handing them out to everybody in the Judgment Day.
Me and Daddy Dom are going solo.
They're going to start doll fighting in the back of the clubhouse.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, I don't see it, Eric. I know you love Tatum. I haven't found a spot for Tatum Paxley anywhere. That's the problem. Is she has such a unique character. I don't know where to put her. And that's kind of the issue that I think the WWE's deal with right now.
Yeah, they'll figure it out. I'm sure they'll figure it out.
So overall, before we close things off here in episode 21, you got any final remarks? Anything coming up on the schedule for the Beards this evening?
Oh, well, this evening we don't have Beards
tomorrow morning
because it's Wednesday. Cheese Kyle.
I got my days all mixed up. I don't work.
No, I know you're doing a random Wednesday pod just for me. We'll have Stone Pain Productions, which is somebody I didn't mention. I figured I'd talk to. He also one of the Indiana Wrestling Creator guys. He had an interview with Karrion Kross where he got choked out. He's going to come on Beards. We'll talk a little Squared Circle Expo with him. Get you ready for Stand and Deliver as well. Stone Pain is absolutely fantastic as well. He's a great dude. Does a lot of great stuff. He runs wild with Wells all the time. And it was fun to watch him get choked out by Karrion Kross.
I wouldn't mess with Karrion Kross. I'm sure Kross took care of Ben Bishop on Saturday, too. I didn't see it. Do you know what that result was in that match?
I don't know any of the results of those matches because, like I said, I wasn't there, so I hadn't seen. But
Ben won then, in my eyes.
Yeah, Ben always wins. Ben Bishop wins everything, even when he loses.
Hey, he won in the interview on Cody's podcast this week. Did you see that?
I did not.
Cody had Matt Cardona on, and he asked Matt Cardona, who are the two names in the independent wrestling scene that you're keeping your eye on right now? And Cardona name-dropped Richard Holiday and Ben Bishop on the podcast this week.
Oh, nice. No, heck yeah.
Big rub for Ben Bishop, yeah. But Richard Holiday's great, too.
Oh, yeah, Richard Holiday's he's fantastic. I'm still hopeful that Pink will give him the time of day to let him use that song for his entrance.
What song is it?
I don't remember what it's called, but it has to do with Richard Holiday. It's Pink.
Oh. Okay.
What's it called? Something about. Oh my God, I can't remember. Put me on the spot. But yeah,
I'm sorry, I'm not.
He's been angling every day to get a certain Pink song for his entrance, and he's been trying to get her to let him have it. So hopefully Richard gets that rub one day.
Fun fact from Pink: I actually saw her at my first concert ever. My first concert was NSYNC, and Pink was one of the performers in front of NSYNC before she got famous.
Wow,
so that's a deep cut for you. That was probably 6 years old in Tinley Park, if I'm not mistaken, for that.
Look at you. Yeah. That explains an awful lot about
NSYNC.
Yeah, no, how you your vibe, dude. That you just
boy bands.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
The strings and everything, you know what I'm talking about.
We're a Backstreet Boys household here.
Oh, you would be.
This is Pluggo's Backstreet Boys. I'm not.
That's the popular pick, though. Everybody goes with the Backstreet Boys. I feel like.
Do they?
Yeah.
I thought a lot of people went NSYNC, but
I went NSYNC just because of Justin Timberlake. I think that's the fairest point. They got the megastar. Not LA Knight.
No.
Justin Timberlake. Yeah, that doesn't work. Well, anyways, Pluggo, it was great hanging out with you here on
Always,
episode
man.
21 of Kayfabe Coffee. I'll have your other half of Between Two Beards joining me tomorrow morning. We're going to be recapping AEW Dynamite from tonight, and that will be live at 8 a.m. Central. That will be the final episode of Kayfabe Coffee for a couple weeks because, like I said, I have a lot planned the next couple weeks, and I will be starting a job here shortly. So Kayfabe Coffee will be on a bit of a hiatus, but it will still be the morning show here at the network and will be a part of the 24-hour stream when we do that Memorial Day weekend. But Pluggo, before we go, where can everybody find you on all the socials?
At Pluggo on all the socials. You search Pluggo. My face pops up. That is me. You can find me, like I said, Thursday nights, 8 p.m. with JPJ for Between Two Beards. Go to @B2Beards on all social medias to find out what we got going on as a show. That show airs on Love Wrestling CA, so go to Love Wrestling CA on all social medias as well. You'll see my content up there. You'll see interviews I've done with Shaz McKenzie from this past weekend is up there. My show For Exposure we do on the weekends where we talk independent wrestling. We got Heart Editing coming on. He's running a show, Collective Weekend, for WrestleMania. We're going to talk to him about that this week. So yeah, go to @4ExposurePod there. And then all my writings are up right now on lovewrestling.ca. And I am a contributor here at this Main Event Wrestling Network. So you'll want to follow us as well.
Hey, you going to be a part of that marathon stream?
I told you, as soon as I get the baseball schedules, I will know. Because I can't commit. I will figure out a way to be there in some capacity, whether I crash the stream or not, but I won't commit until I have that schedule in my hand.
That's the great thing about this 24-hour stream is like we literally set up this StreamYard right here under one thing. It runs the entire time, and anybody can log in at any time. So if you're feeling froggy, hop on in and crash the party.
And that's the case. I might not be able to do a block of like Pluggo's takes, but I might be able to just pop in and out.
Like Joe Hendry, the whole entire stream, say Pluggo's name.
Yep.
Oh, we can even get the graphic going and everything. There we go.
It's like I said, it's a wild month for me, and then like I always make sure that I don't miss baseball games and things like that. I make sure I'm there for all that
Very
stuff.
important.
So if I'm available, I will do anything with anybody, but the baseball and the soccer and the kids stuff's got to come first. So.
Kids come first always. Yeah. I get it. You got to get after it, Coach Pluggo. Do your thing, brother.
Hit the ball. What are you doing?
Hey, at least you're not like Jay Gold. Last night, he was telling me that he had 6 to 7-year-olds doing 5-yard out routes for flag football, and he hit one girl in the face with a football and made her cry.
Oh,
so I said he's like Peyton Manning in that SNL skit where he was just throwing dodgeballs at kids.
You gotta turn around.
Yep.
Yeah, that sounds like a Jay Gold move for sure. Oh,
there's going to be a roast of Jay Gold, too, on the 24-hour stream.
She missed it, huh? She missed it. Yeah, you knew what you were doing.
Yeah, he's also a Jets fan, so
he hasn't
throwing a 5-yard out.
He hasn't seen good quarterback play since Joe Namath, so yeah, he don't know.
Joe Namath was drunk half the time when he was doing it. I want to kiss you right now. That's still one of my favorite Joe Namath moments right there.
What a weird guy.
Oh, what a weird network we're a part of here, too. But it's great to be here, as always. Hit that subscribe button if you love what we're doing, because we are uploading every single day here at the network. Tune in this Saturday for our Stand and Deliver mixer. It will be myself, not Pluggo, because he hates the network, Mr. Cincinnati, and Tino. We will be live at 11 a.m. Eastern breaking down that card. But until next time, we will talk to you guys later.
That's why I offered you my time on my day off, Kyle.
You know what, Pluggo?
I hate it here so much.
You're fired.
I got up out of bed on my day off for this stuff.
I'm firing him, guys. We're getting off the air. We got to go. I'm sorry. Goodbye.